Yo, what's going on, people? We got a trailer. Well, it's not a trailer. I didn't watch the gameplay reveal. The second. What the fuck was it? Yeah, that abysmal second PlayStation showcase that they had. The only good thing they had there was the second Final Fantasy, and that was about it. But this one was a big disappointment. But what they did show was another look at Spider-Man 2, which I'm pretty sure everybody's going to get strictly because of Spider-Man. I'm going to get it strictly because of Spider-Man. I can't even lie. I'm pretty sure everybody right now, and I think I speak for some people, because I've been talking to a lot of gamers in the space. I don't know what it is, but correct me if I'm wrong, but most games that I've been playing lately that have a lot of side content in it, I don't care about the side content. I used to be a person who 100% shit. I don't 100% anything anymore, and I think that's because I'm getting open world or side shit fatigue. Now see, of course I already know that Spider-Man is gonna be good, but far as the open world aspect of it, I'm fatigued in that point of view, if that make any sense. The last video I did talking about Spider-Man, I talked about how it looks like it's Spider-Man 2.0. It don't look like Spider-Man 2. Now hopefully this one explains to me what the next gen features will be, because I want a next gen Spider-Man. It's not going to be on the last gen consoles at all, which is a good sign. So I just hope that there's more innovation in the gameplay that's going to, make me stay a little longer than just the main story. Because I've been just playing story modes and stuff because I have not really cared about the side content. It's not compelling in most of these games that come out now. They follow the same rudimentary formula. So, it's just tiring for me. I want to be excited about Spider-Man because he's my favorite superhero. So let's see what we got.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 takes everything Insomniac learned from its previous two Spider-Man games and finds new ways to raise the bar of superhero game design.
That's what I
no
like to hear.
frame is left untouched. No character model is left with subpar lighting. Simply put, after playing for 3 hours, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 looks set to continue Insomniac's winning streak.
Okay.
Hey, Doc. Ready for your annual physical?
We were dropped a ways into the game on level
Look how
25
big
versions
Croc
of
looks.
Miles Morales and Peter Parker. Each is dealing with their own difficulties in life, with Peter trying to pay a mortgage and help cure his friend's disease, while Miles is simply trying to write his college essay, but spider business keeps distracting him from the task at hand.
Kraven. How many more people are on this guy's list?
Besides the personal battles being fought by Peter and Miles, there are also other factors at play that will push them further to the edge.
Kraven looks
Parker has
good.
donned the symbiote suit known as Venom, and it's affecting his personality
Yeah, but how did he get the suit though? That's what I want to know.
in
gonna be
ways
sweet.
he doesn't realize.
We're going to heal the world.
Ooh, I like this
And
voice.
Kraven is doing everything he can to upset the peace by attacking Peter and forcing Dr. Connors to transform into an even more powerful version of his alter ego,
Ooh.
the Lizard.
Yeah,
The
he's
Dr.
big.
Connors storyline is particularly bittersweet, as you're really hunting down a father who wants nothing more than to return to his family, but now he'll be doing so with a few Spider-Man and Kraven inflicted injuries.
Okay.
This fight will actually take you across a large portion of New York City that Insomniac boasts is 2 times larger than the previous games.
The Rhino
Taking
fight.
full advantage of the PS5, Spider-Man 2 will allow you to travel across the city faster than ever, not only because of the zippy new web-slinging animations, but also because of the web wings that you can access at any time with the press of the triangle button.
Okay.
Web wings are a lot of fun to use versus swinging, but they will lose momentum over time, so you will need to use your webs unless you're in a wind tunnel. The wind tunnels will let you go to specific places in the city extremely fast by flying incredibly quickly to that destination on the air currents.
Wait, is that shit just floating in the middle of the city and you just see those things and you just know it's a wind tunnel? They can't just have the streaks? Fortnite even do that. If you play Fortnite, like there's like the glider sections, to where like you get to catch a gust of wind and you get to, deploy your glider and stuff, and then you just free fall from there and stuff. But I don't like the circles thing. I think you could do visual cues without having gamified shit. Ghost of Tsushima did the same thing. I think they did excellent with that too, to where there's really no map. You just have the wind guide you to certain locations. I wish more games would try, in-world shit to guide your mind, not just think that all players are idiots. To where like we have to have a big ass circle to just show, hey, you can go through this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like have more interesting stuff. God, I'm being hard on this game.
But in addition to all these traversal options, Insomniac showed that you can also simply swap to Peter or Miles on the fly instantaneously, a la swapping between Trevor, Franklin, and Michael in Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's what I was just about
Marvel
to say.
Spider-Man 2 will introduce the ability to switch between the two wall crawlers in the open world. And
Nice.
thanks to the power of the PlayStation 5, you can make that switch almost instantly.
I had the opportunity to ask the Insomniac team about how the PS5 SSD allowed them to accomplish instant travel and faster web swinging. Mike Fitzgerald, Core Technology Director at
That's easy, the
Insomniac,
SSD.
clarified a few other details, including the fact that the slingshots where Peter or Miles will pull back on two extended webs and catapult themselves forward allows Spider-Man to travel 3 times faster than in the first game.
Let me tell you why that's a big deal from a technology point of view. Just to let you guys know, I am an artist too. I'm familiar with technology. I'm familiar with how the game design works and stuff like that. But the reason why that's such a big deal when it comes to moving faster and traversal and instantaneously spawning from characters' perspectives is a big deal is because that is a next-gen thing. SSD is a big factor for that because it actually allows the world to render much more quickly. That's why in these draw distances you really don't see low polygon textures because it's actually rendering it faster than your player can actually get there. There's actually a ring around the character too, like when it comes to game design too, to where it's like the field of view, to where the further outside of the circle is where your eyes are technically not going to be paying attention to. So it's lower polygons until you get to that point, and then it actually renders everything in high detail, like within your focal point. So that's what the SSD allows it to do.
And that characters are more detailed and lifelike that help them tell better, more nuanced stories. Insomniac also noted that the DualSense controller is being used in some unique
Wow,
ways,
is that Miles?
like a mini stories.
Miles is like
and
a backup
lifelike
dancer.
that help them tell better, more nuanced stories. Insomniac also noted that the DualSense controller is being used in some unique ways, like a minigame that we got to play in the reactor that will force you to pull the triggers with just enough pressure to move on to the next segment. And they outlined that the audio team took the time to develop the soundscapes for missions so that 3D audio can be fully utilized.
Okay.
Ambisonics and positional audio
Ooh, I love
were
that
used
move.
for objects in the scene, making for a more realistic audio experience, making for clearer indications of the player versus a target location.
I'm the only one who...
More notably on the graphic side of things, Spider-Man 2 will only have 2 visual modes,
Wow.
visual and performance. The third
Wow.
mode was removed because no matter which you choose, ray tracing will be turned on by default.
Wow.
The baseline for performance mode will be what was previously referred to as performance ray tracing mode, with a better frame rate and resolution simply because the PS5 can handle it.
Wow.
Fitzgerald clarifies, there's no mode in this game that has the ray tracing turned off because there's really no need for it. We figured out how to deliver what is the right Spider-Man picture and visuals, and we want to make sure every player is seeing that. The visual
I gotta do it. More games are gonna start doing that. There's not gonna be no options anymore, especially for consoles. I can see for PCs. PCs are gonna have options to where it's like, you get to customize your game and experience. Consoles is more a tailored experience to where you get, what you're supposed to get. We're couch people. We're not tinkerers. PC owners are more tinkerers, so I can see them adjusting their settings, but I know for consoles and stuff like that, most people who buy a PS5, Xbox, or like a regular console, they don't want to tinker with their settings. They just want to play a game that looks like it's next gen because you bought a next gen console. So I think that more games are going to start doing that now. That makes sense.
visuals of Spider-Man 2
gotta give it
are
to 'em.
impressive. The character models are more expressive when delivering their lines, resulting in more believable performances from the actors that will
Keanu
in
Reeves.
turn do a better job of pulling at your heartstrings. The ray-traced reflections add more depth and realism to the world. Breakable environmental additions make it feel like you've succeeded in unleashing havoc in an area after a devastating combo.
Yeah, this
But my
game's gonna
favorite
be good.
improvement in Spider-Man 2 is the heavily reworked combat. Now, both Peter and Miles have a wide array of abilities and gadgets at their disposal, but more on that in a moment.
This game is going to be good.
While I was exploring in the open world, there were several different mission types to see, meaning that yet again, we will have no shortage of side missions to get lost in.
that's the
Personally,
thing.
I will always favor the combat arenas, and I spent so much time enjoying them that I lost track of time and never got to experience the aforementioned lizard boss fight for myself. I was too busy trying to perfect my combat skills in the arena, gawking at the ray-traced reflections on everything, staring in awe at the sheer amount of traffic, pedestrians, and puddles in every scene,
That's a good
or
sign.
stopping an assault in progress as it popped up on their minimap.
That's a good sign. Okay. Good sign.
That was the best part. New York is covered in cool things to do as Spider-Man, and while I could have pursued the main storyline with my limited time, I was just having too much fun doing all the other little things that pulled my attention away.
Okay.
Insomniac also noted that there will be missions that only Miles or Peter can complete, so it sounds like my quest to clear the map is going to be filled with variety.
Oh, I didn't even think about that too. You got two characters from two different backgrounds, because I think Brooklyn, Queens, and what part is Peter from? But anyway, there's two different parts of the city that you can be a part of, and them saying that there's two different missions, two different types of missions that both characters are allowed to do, that's variety like crazy. So, okay, I might be shut up. They might shut me up off of that. Okay.
To dive into combat a bit more, the enemy density is really ramped up and will sometimes offer you a bit more of a challenge than you may expect. In Spider-Man, you could maybe get away with using your main attacks, but in Spider-Man 2, I found that more often than not, I absolutely needed to use my Venom abilities and gadgets in the combat sections. The one small critique I have is that the new not dodgeable parry indicator color is red, and that's the same color as other things you need to dodge, like a bullet from a rooftop sniper. It took a bit of getting used to, but by the end of my demo window, I was parrying and unleashing my gadgets and Venom abilities with ease.
I'm glad they brought that up, because that's actually
And before getting into combat, if you're still undetected, you can use web lines to traverse a battlefield, and I love the layer this adds as you're taking out enemies in the stage.
Never saw it coming.
Gadget-wise, we only had access to the web grabber, which we've seen before, and Upshot, which would attack opponents with bursts of electricity. Miles also had access to Venom abilities like Chain Lightning, Power Overwhelming, or the Venom Smash Jolt. Those attacks and gadgets are very easy to execute by simply holding L1 for Venom abilities or R1 for fast gadget access, and that makes combat incredibly fluid. It will also force players to pick and choose the strongest combinations of 8 to pair together as you patrol the streets of Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens.
Right.
We also got to look at...
Now, so I would say this, though. Like, for me playing both games, Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, I like Miles Morales' combat better than Spider-Man's combat. Strictly because the Venom abilities are so fucking fun to use. They're fun. So now that they put both of them into the same game with the Venom, holy shit, this game is going to be... Jesus Christ.
Look at the symbiote surge. Basically, Peter goes into rage mode a la God of War and wrecks everything in the vicinity. There's a cooldown on it, just like rage mode in God of War, so after you've attacked everybody for a little bit, the timer will wear out and you'll have to rely on your core abilities. The cherry on top of an already impressive gameplay session was when they let us get a sneak peek at some of the new costumes that Peter and Miles will be able to wear when web slinging around the city. In total, Insomniac says there are 65 suits to unlock, and that each has different variations, bringing the grand total to 200 different combinations you can wear. In the build, we saw Miles had a 2099, 10th anniversary, Borakua, an encoded suit, while Peter had the classic black suit, web black suit from the Sam Raimi films, Secret Wars Civil War suit, and a Punkalyptic suit available for wearing. And for the suit tech upgrades, your classic health, damage, focus, and traversal perks were available, with the latter option focusing on things like web speed with your web wings. I had high hopes for Spider-Man 2, and this preview did nothing to stifle my optimism. I cannot wait to see what the rest of Spider-Man 2 has in store. For our final thoughts, swing on back to IGN when Spider-Man 2 launches this October.
Okay, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I needed to see. And they didn't show nothing about Venom. Nothing. That's exactly what I needed to see. I was on the fence about this a long time, and that's because I've been going through fatigue when it comes to, like I said, well, open world games in general. Shit. Or games that just have a lot of side content just to begin with. I've been mainly focused on just story and stuff like that because I've gotten so fatigued with the mundane amount of shit that these game developers are putting in their games, but it doesn't enhance the game itself. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. In October, that's the month of my birthday too, hopefully. Okay, we got October 20th. Okay, the 20th, I can't wait. So, what you guys think about this game? Are you excited about Spider-Man 2 as well? Are you sick of open world games in general and you're just not gonna get it regardless if it's Spider-Man or not? I'm gonna get it strictly because it's Spider-Man. That's just how I am. I'm just a huge Spider-Man dork when it comes to this shit, so I'm just biased anyway. But me personally, I just wanted, you know, a little bit more flavor to my Spider-Man, and it looks like they got it in it, and Jesus Christ, it looks incredible. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game too. Are you excited about Spider-Man? Let me know. I'm up out of here. Peace.